you mentioned there are women only events, right? So is the women's side of strongman like kind of growing as much as the men's side? It sounds like there's federations now, there's weight classes now, it is growing. Is the women's side something that you kind of want to see grow?
It definitely needs a little more cheerleading, I guess. It's every event, there's probably minimum of 30. If there's 30 men, then there's 5 women. You know what I mean? If there's 40 men, maybe there's 7 or 8. Like it's definitely much sparser. And I think some of that is from the stigma around it of, oh, I'm not strong enough to do that or something, you know, but what I want women to think of is go out, be like Travis, 0 out, get the experience. Like we have 2 new athletes going into a competition in August. And they're like, do you think I can do these? I was like, I don't care if you can or not. Like, go out there and experience it. And it's kind of uplifting. Like, everyone's super supportive. I've never met a competitor who has not wanted another one to succeed, even though you're competing against them. So, I mean, it's just a good feeling. I want you to feel how the competition is. I want more women to get out there and just try it and don't be, like, kind of afraid of it.
Do you have any thoughts on how you can help make that happen?
I think it would just take them seeing more people out there, getting more of the word out. You know, it's obviously called Strongman. Maybe having some female-only events would be kind of fun. You know, like they do that in powerlifting. They have like powerlifting princesses or something.
Okay,
I mean, maybe we won't call it the same thing, but I mean, the sport is called Strongman.
Yeah.
Right? So it obviously lends itself towards traditionally male following.
And I was thinking that earlier, even when you said people feel like they have to be strong. Well, like it's in the name.
Exactly.
You know, so you can see
You're
why.
a strong man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, the first time they do it, they don't realize how strong they are.
Yes, that is also true.
Right.
For
So
sure.
with a little technique help and some other help, I don't think people realize how strong they really are. And it surprises them because a lot of people can do it.
Yes.
And then with a little bit of training, obviously they get much better. But I think most first time people I see and we do it and they come in and they surprise themselves about how strong they really are.
We've definitely hounded some people at our gym, be like, I know you're going to love this. Just come one Saturday. Nobody cares. We're going to work out for 2 hours and we're going to go out to lunch. Like everybody's relaxed. And they get in there and they do something they didn't think they could do. And it's like you see their face and they're just like, oh my God.
I 100% agree. And I don't know how much you guys know about like our gym or anything, but you know, we work with a lot of beginners. That's kind of like our bread and butter.
Training.
Yes.
Like we're going to walk you through
That's
it.
right. We say we hold your hand through your fitness journey.
Yes.
It's kind of one of our little things, right?
Yes.
So people that aren't comfortable in the gym, they never worked out much before. And people always underestimate their own abilities when it comes to like how much they can lift. And I see it all the time.
You have to be that person to be like, nope, put 5 more pounds on.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah, you can do more and you're okay. Because I see like as trainers, we're watching specific things, you know, like the speed of the repetition, right? We're kind of trying to guess like their RPEs and things like that. And I can tell when someone can do 5 more.
Right.
But they're like, nope, done.
Yes.
You know, and you see it all the time. So yeah, they underestimate their own abilities. And then with a little fine tuning of technique, and I'm sure in some events that are very technique driven, you can see big increase in one day. You show up Saturday morning at 10 o'clock or whatever, by 11, you're significantly better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
I think the log is something that's in a lot of competitions. And I think that's one of the most telling things. People look at this. Our women's log is 55 pounds. Our men's log is 100 or something. So it's intimidating. It's this big metal tube. It's supposed to put over your head, right?
And those are empty weights. And then you add weights.
Then you add weight. But women just look at it and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, it's 55 pounds. It's 10 more than a barbell, an empty barbell. Put it over your head.
I thought they were way heavier than that. I've seen them before. I thought they were way heavier.
So some are. Depends on, like ours at our gym weigh that. There's some logs that are 200 pounds empty or more. So, but most logs are plate loaded, whether or not you see the plates on the outside or they're plate loaded from the inside.
Okay.
They're covered so you can change the weights of them. Yeah. Yeah. And in these different events that you mentioned earlier, you can kind of make your own events.
Yes.
And I also want to touch on the federation thing because that kind of shows like the professionalism and stuff like that. I feel like when people see a sport for the first time, and I know this firsthand because I don't know if you guys know, I play disc golf, and a lot of times when people see it for the first time, they're like, oh, the Frisbee thing.
Did you just go out and make us up?
Yeah, exactly, right? And so, but if they actually take just a few minutes to kind of look at it and see there is a professional organization, there are professional athletes that make a lot of money doing this. It is a professional thing, right? So how have you seen, before we talk about the specific events, how have you seen that evolve over the past 20 years that you've kind of been in?
So in strongman, it was something you saw on TV. It was very popular in European countries. European athletes could make money off of it. They can make a living off of it. American athletes, we couldn't. Even our best American athletes really couldn't make money. So we all had other jobs. Now it's gotten to the point where there's a couple big names that have really made it popular. And only here recently has it been pretty profitable for especially the pros to make money, even some of the guys further down the chain to make money, like Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall. They pretty much been able to make strongman so popular that people can make money off of it now, right? So those athletes can not have other jobs. They can dedicate to strongman and be able to make a living doing it. So it's changed quite a bit since I was doing it, and I had a lot of sponsors to pay for travel and stuff like that, but it couldn't pay couldn't pay a living wage.
Right. It was enough pay to get to your events, do the thing, and kind of like take the weekend trip.
Right.
Exactly. Kind of thing.
Yeah, you couldn't make it a job.
Mm-hmm. And how long ago was that?
I mean, Brian Shaw still had a job back in the early 2000s, or like the mid 2000s, so 2013, 2012, and he won a couple World's Strongest Man.
Before he was able to actually make it a living.
Yeah, so like even the World's Strongest Man winners weren't making a complete living off strongman until maybe here about 6 years ago, to be honest with you.
Very similar to my experience, like with seeing the disc golf situation. Sure. And I'm assuming they're making their money from social media.
Sponsors, social media,
equipment, branding. They're getting the clothing line out there, stuff like that. A lot of them are making money from social media for sure. But even competitions are paying a lot more money.
I love that. Yeah.